Hello everybody, this is Sue from SueStarcraft bringing you action today. We're gonna have a pro replay. It's a best of 3. This is game number 1 and we're gonna have Abver coming up against Mana, and Mana is gonna be playing the red Protoss. Abver is gonna be playing the purple Zerg, and we're gonna be playing on Shakuras Plateau. And this is a map that actually has a very interesting PvZ because it has something to offer for both of them. For example, the Protoss actually has a pretty easily defendable second base if he wants it. Lots of expansions of Zergs to be all happy with, and it's gonna be really interesting. Now we're gonna see now early scout here coming up from Mana. Mana wants to know exactly where his opponent is, sending out that scout after building the pylon, and we're gonna see now chrono boosting on probes, nothing really fancy there. And Abver just creating drones, creating an overload, nothing spectacular just yet. And Mana now is gonna know right away where his opponent is. He scouted in the exactly perfect position, and this is something other players should know, is that you never spawn above or below your opponent on this map. If, for example, in Mana's case, his opponent either is going to be in the top right hand position or the bottom right hand position, it'll never be above him. And in the case of Abver, his opponent will never be in the south position. It's always going to be left or southwest of him. So that's something interesting to know. Mana now just having a look and sees as much as he can from Abver. Abver looking now to get an expansion up, and he's gonna throw down the hatchery. Nice timing on that. Just around the 230 mark, you see a hatchery go down. If a player does go hatchery first, if he goes pool first, it's just about the 2-minute mark. So that's a good marker for some of the younger players to know. Abver using that probe to patrol the bottom of the ramp. It's not that popular anymore to wall off the ramp with a couple of pylons. The spawning pool going on. Yeah, it's not as popular anymore to wall off the bottom of the ramps. It does require 3 pylons now. It's not easy at all. Having a look now at we have a forge coming out now from Mana. So Mana looking to do something here, and he's gonna throw down a pylon here. He's gonna want to warp in maybe a couple of cannons here, and that's gonna stop this expansion from going up at all. And Abver's gonna have to be forced now to either cancel it, or if Mana times this properly, he could get the cannons up just in time as soon as the battery goes down. So there's no way for Abver to cancel it, and he loses 3 minerals, pretty much 300 minerals, sorry. And we see a second probe now here around for Mana. Let's have a look at now if Abver sees this. Abver does see it, and he's going to be forced to cancel now. He's not going to have units to deal with this. And have a look now at the production tab. The spawning pool is done, speed is on the way, and I think Mana just mistimed that a little bit, or he showed these cannons a little bit too fast. Abver now scouting, and he's gonna be putting a proxy hatchery in Mana's base. Now Mana, I don't think he's seen this just yet. No, he has not. This is an error a lot of players make. They don't scout these corners of the base, and that's something you need to do all the time. There's no exceptions to it. Send a single probe off the probe line and just have a look around the map, around your base, just to make sure nothing fishy is going on. And we can see something fishy going on. If this hatchery finishes, no cybercore just yet. Cybercore on the way, so no cybercore just yet to stop any sort of major harassment with stalkers. So Abver doing a very cheeky move now, and Mana is going to have to fall back here. This is a single cannon. He's blocked the expansion, and he thinks he's in a superb position. No roach warren or anything as that such yet, and that's such yet. That's so horrible, but yeah. So we're gonna see now a couple of Zerglings gonna come up the ramp. Have a look and see a zealot blocking that choke. The photon cannon already up, and it's gonna stop any aggression up front. We're gonna see now a proxy hatchery. That's not a proxy hatchery, that's just an expansion at mouseMana's natural expansion. So that is going to be extremely extremely confusing. I think now Mana has seen the hatchery. A queen is on the way, as well as a couple of Zerglings, and this is really bad now for Mana. Mana is gonna have to work hard to deal with a speed Zerglings now in the base of Mana. Mana having serious problems. Abver throwing a couple of Zerglings at the front, but I don't think it's gonna break that wall at all. It's actually a pretty solid line. Now this queen is gonna come out. I think this queen is gonna die because she doesn't have anything to support her, and the queen actually falls pretty quickly to zealots and a stalker. So the queen is gonna die, getting that creep chamber down. It should be denied. Yes, it does. Now a couple more Zerglings coming down. This hatchery should fall at this point in time. Not getting drone ups and putting down spine crawlers as what we usually see from across the hatchery. A couple Zerglings now in the way. This is actually a very interesting game thus far. The proxy hatchery is done. I'm not sure. Yes, Mana has seen the proxy hatchery. Sorry, not the proxy hatchery. The expansion of Abver. What a weird place to put it. If you got blocks here, put it up at your enemy's natural. It's gonna stop Mana from expanding himself. So he's in actually some trouble now. Mana, he's had so much pressure in his base, and this stalker is not going to be able to survive. He has nowhere to run. These are just going to come up and pick up at this stalker. Lots of them falling. I don't think he should be up here. He really wants this stalker down, and he's gonna get it, but at what cost? He's lost so many Zerglings. Gonna drop a couple spine crawlers, you know, nice contain gonna be happening here from Zerg. This is one of the first time I've seen a contain like this from Zerg. Actually, it is the first time I've seen a contain like this with a hatchery at the natural expansion. So, a robotics coming up now for Mana. Mana wants to get as many units as possible. He has to break this choke. Or else he can't do anything. He could probably go down and break these backdoor rocks here and get his expansion by the smiley face. I'm not sure if he wants to do that just yet. He has to be focused on stopping all the aggression up the front. Having a look now at Abver's base, Abver has not thrown down any sort of tech just yet. Focusing on getting as many Zerglings, or 12 Zerglings on the way right now, and lots of spine crawlers here gonna be positioning themselves. I think that's pretty close now. The photo cannon, they need to pull back from that. That's just a little too close. They're gonna now force these Zerglings up the ramp and get the and draw the fire. Nice position now. Those spine crawlers are going to be able to poke and prod at these cannons. The cannons are going to go down, at least one of them anyway. And the other pylon now is going to create an opening for these Zerglings to just run if they want to. The force field blocking them though. They have a couple more force fields if they need it. These spine crawlers just poking their way at the front buildings, and these front buildings will go down. There's no question about that. Nothing yet to deal with it from Mana. Mana in so much trouble right now. He's doing his best to hold it off, but that is about all he can do. It's so refreshing to see something new like this, and being so effective at the same time. So this is something you could probably expect to see some Zergs doing, just to be some pricks. And we're gonna see now a queen going too far up, and he's gonna fall. He can't run from that. That's just a bad play here from Abver. Abver just throwing away a queen. That's not good enough. No saturation just yet at the expansion. More queens coming though. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more spine crawlers. There's so many up already, but he's just decided to drop some more. No other expansion yet as well. And we're gonna see a couple of zelts now. Somehow they got out. They were probably warped in from this pylon right here, but the damage is going to be just minimal. Having a look at the income tab now, actually Mana actually way ahead as far as the workers go, 30 to 14. And it's actually not a bad position now for Mana. Mana actually in a very commanding economic advantage, but Abver could power drones if he wishes, and he has saturation now gonna begin at the expansion. It's so difficult to say what this is. It's not a natural expansion. It's not his natural expansion, but it is an expansion. It's so interesting. Having now look at the production tab, is you'll have 4 more drones coming up here. Nice cannon killing the overlord, and another queen goes down very badly from Abver, going too far up. Nice reaction here from Mana, blocking him off. Now this is open for the immortal to poke at this spine crawler. These spine crawlers are going to be forced back now because he has no sight of the top of the ramp. These Zerglings probably could have swarmed up there. No, they couldn't have. The force fields would have blocked them. And the spine crawler is going just a little bit back now. And this is actually quite a bit better of a position, because Mana cannot come down this ramp. He's going to be forced into this little choke here, and his units are going to be slaughtered by these spine crawlers. Hallucination on the way now, as well as an observer. The backdoor is being taken on now by Mana. Mana decides he really needs the expansion, and he's going to go after his smiley face. A single Zergling here looking to see if there is any sort of fishy movement in this direction. Nothing just yet. And the immortal is going down now, and gonna be pulling back as well. This kind of they picked off just a single spine crawler. That's a pretty decent move. Another spine crawler coming up as well. Lots of Zerglings, queens as well. This is one of the most interesting games I've seen in a long time. It's just so differently, different. Sorry. Now the queen's gonna come up against the immortals. The immortals hitting a couple of shots and pulling back, taking up another spine crawler. I think what Mana's gonna do, Mana's gonna try to knock down these spine crawlers one at a time until he has enough of them down that he can make a push. But Abver getting up more spine crawlers now, 4 idle workers just there. He needs to rectify that, 5 more drones on the way, so he is intending now to try to get as much economy going. Have a look now at the income tab again. You're gonna see Abver catching up really quickly, 33 over to under 39 now. It's pretty close, and these creep humans being taken out because of the observer is there. This drone is gonna die. No, he lives, well done. He pulled up just in time there, but he's gonna make an extractor with it. That's a pretty decent move as well. So Mana now, having a look at the army tab, Mana is actually ahead in army, 88 over 64. He in a very commanding army position. However, his positioning is horrible. There's not much he can do at this point in time. These Zerglings coming up the ramp now. A lot of Zerglings in the base. Force fields going out just to protect the immortals. The immortals so valuable at this point in time. You don't want to lose those. That one going down to 64 health, HP. The shields way down. And this poor immortal has suffered so much damage. Poor guy. Now Zerglings somehow in the expansion of Mana has been seen, and Abver now taking out her second expansion of himself, back to his natural expansion now, and he still has this vice grip on the front of the base now. +1 upgrades now for Mana, as well as the external thermal lance. So we're kind of looking at the production tab once again, and just the lance upgrade. A cannon being warped in. I'm not sure where is that cannon. There it is. That cannon is just there in case there's some action on the rocks. At the same time, Abver is actually going for the rocks now. He's going to be sending up a lot of Zerglings. He wants to take this down and apply pressure in the back as well. He has the front extremely well locked down. I don't think Mana is going to be able to break this anytime soon, even though with the Colossus. But who knows, you're gonna see very soon. The thermal lance might actually help him quite a bit, and these immortals are coming on to poke just a little bit again and taking a little too damage, going past the shields and into the HP, and that's not something you actually want as a Protoss player. That's the key to Protoss harassing, is to make sure your units don't fall below the shields. Once they fall below the shields, they are permanently damaged. They will never be up to their full force again. So that's a bit of a bad play there from Mana. Mana just overextending himself a little too much. Lots of spine crawls now. Spine crawls are actually pretty good at defense. Now the thermal lance is done, and the Colossus are going to be poking away at these spine crawlers. The Queen's trying to deal with them, but I don't think they can. These Queens are going to be, they don't have just enough DPS to handle the Colossus. The Colossus is actually doing a pretty good job at right now, and Abver is going to have to fall back just a little bit. A nice move now from Mana. Mana realizing his micros are unborrowed, and he's going to decide to push out now. He can't break the chokehold right now if he wants to. The Colossus doing the key for him. Now this expansion is going to go down for Abver, but has the damage been done? That is the question. I think Mana has been choke held for so long that he's suffered so much economic damage by not being able to expand as he wished. And Abver now throwing up another expansion. He has 70 Mutalisks on the way, and Mutalisks are such a terror for him to handle now. He's invested so much into these Colossus and so much into these Immortals. I mean, it's just 2 and 2, but he's been on one base for so long. That's extremely huge investment. The Mute is not going to go, and they're going to go straight for this expansion of Mana, and Mana just doesn't have the units back there to deal with it. And here comes the Mute is now going to go straight above, and when they are in these numbers, they are so deadly. These Stalkers are supposed to be pretty good versus Mutalisks, but when you have 17 Mutalisks versus 1 Stalker, it's pretty much a no contest. And you know, the Mutalisks doing as much as they can. The workers not being seen by Mana. This is a very bad transfer by Abver. Abver showing his hand, and Mana is going to be able to do a lot of damage with just a single Zealot and a Stalker. He's going to be able to probably even take out this expansion right now. of Abver, and the poor queen falling and her guts just split out there in the middle of the map. 3 Colossus, 2 Immortals, 3 Sentries and Stalkers going up now, and actually Abver is in some problems right now. Realist on the way. A lot of workers coming out now from mouseMana, trying to go all in and see what he can do now. Having a look at the income tab, he has 0 income but 24 workers. His expansion is down, so this is a last ditch attempt, and the question is, are these Stalkers enough to deal with the Realist? I don't think so. I think these Realist are just too much. Mana does have a lot of gas, but he doesn't have enough minerals to actually get enough Stalkers back out. So Abver is in a really, really good position right now. Question is, does he have enough buildings to last this out and to race and take out these units before? These Colossus doing massive, massive damage. The probes as well doing massive, massive damage. Last one almost done off the middle, so they're going to be quite a bit much better as soon as that's done. And now 4 Colossus down to 3. And then there were 3, 1 Stalker now down to 2 Colossus now. It's gonna be really, really bad. I have proxy hatchery now. We're trying to go up. It's not gonna be enough now. And you're gonna see now, I look at the army tab, it's gonna be 34 versus 31. This is gonna go down to the wire. We have 4 zealots now coming out from mouseMana. I don't think it's gonna be enough. These Stalkers and the zealots trying to get rid of this base. They have done a pretty good job at it. If you hear breeze in my microphone, it's because I'm sitting close to my window and I am living in a tropical island, so there's gonna be a lot of breeze, so I apologize for that. Right. And now an expansion going back up now for Abver, but Mana has seen it. Mana has the observer there. Abver trying to pick up as all these units. Now have a look at the units tab, and it's gonna be 3 Stalkers, 6 Zealots versus 40 Mutalists, and the Stalkers go down, so the Zealots have no protection whatsoever. They're gonna try as fast as possible to knock down this expansion, but what he does not see is that there's another hatchery going up in the base of Abver, and this game is all but over. Mana has gone down here to a very interesting strat. It was really a base race in the end, but the damage has been done, and he doesn't have anything now to deal with this. He has a lot of gas but no minerals. He's gonna get up a Twilight Council for some reason. He decides that getting upgrades is better than getting units. Remote mining what he can, but here comes the Mutalists. The Mutalists are gonna go and demolish all of this. I don't think that that Mana is gonna be able to do anything about this. What he could have probably done is throw up a couple of cannons and see how much of a dick he could be about it. But I think it's all over at this point in time, and it's just a matter before Mana calls the GG. It's 4 workers, but that's about it. That's all the units he's got. And here now are the 4 workers, and they are gonna go down, and Mana is gonna call the GG. So it's gonna be, he has left the game. A very good game, very interesting. It was at the edge of your seat from the very beginning. Mana being cheeky, trying to block the expansion. Abver saying, okay, I'll chop the hatchery in your base, and while you're dealing with that, I'm gonna create a hatchery at your natural, and I'm gonna choke you in there. So it pretty much was over quite a while ago. Mana playing pretty well to try to hold off as much as he could, and eventually try to get a death push going, but just too many mutants on the way. Just an extremely good choice here from Abver. If he went roaches, he might have fallen to that death push, but he chose not to, and it worked out in his favor in the end. And these Mutalists are worth their weight in gold. Lots of kills on each one of them. They had just demolished the entire of Mana's and Abver taking game number 1. Not sure if I'm going to be casting the other 2 games. Just me, I have a feeling I would. So guys, hope you enjoyed it. This is Sue from SueStarcraft signing out. GG.